What am I to do? Maybe I'll read to you guys in the backyard. Outfit. Fit check. Wait, I'm gonna do a little monologue. Like, I don't know. I never really show my belly button too much. But it's inevitable in this outfit. Thank you, Primo. Just me and my drugs. Get off! Oh, I did it! This could just stay on. Bank of America? Hi, Dr. Paul. I had to go and be nosy. I heard beeping outside. I was like, what happened? Who's fighting? Okay. Now let's go to my backyard, guys. He just had the worst angle of me, I swear. I was like, oh. Let me see. I'll put you right here on the floor. This book, my friend gave it to me. Can you guys hear me good? Take off my shoes. No, it's cold. Why don't you follow me? Because I barely recognize your name, and you probably aren't a person who gifts me often or talks to me often. Dr. Paul, this is like, I don't have a relationship with you. I don't really know you. People I follow back on here is because they've built that familiarity with me, you know, over time. If I'm being honest. Okay. This is called All the Rules. Basically, an old-timey book for women to learn how to be a lady and how to naturally attract a partner without really wanting it, like, you know. I don't know where to put you. I really hate that I can't smoke on stream. That sucks. Let's see, where else can I put you? Oh yeah, I could put you right here. Perfect. 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 Okay. Yeah, this is a way better angle. Smoke off camera real fast. You know what? You're right. Hold on. In the meantime, I'm like, okay. So, you guys might think this book is boring, and I mean, it might be boring to you guys, but maybe you might learn some things about the opposite gender, which, you know, maybe some of you might want to take a peek inside our minds and how we think and how we want certain dynamics to go. Let me see where I left off at. And honestly, I'm basically just, thank you, Mateus. Basically, I'm just wanting to read for myself, and also I did want to stream, so it's kind of like I'm killing two birds with one stone right now. The author is Fine and Sherry Schneider. The time-tested secrets for capturing the heart of Mr. Right. This is not my priority, guys. My friend just gifted me this book, and oh, I thought she gifted me this book. She was like, "Oh, I have something for you," and then I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you," because she knows I love reading, like self-help books, you know. But I usually have been listening to audiobooks lately. But yeah, she gave this to me, and she was like, "Oh, like I thought of you. Here you go." And then she recently was like, "Oh, I'm gonna want my book back, by the way. So hurry up." And I was like, "Oh, I thought you gave it to me." And she's like, "Yeah, I gave it to you to hurry up and read it, and give it back to me." I was like, "Oh, I guess I gotta read it now. I guess I have pressure." Honestly, without that pressure, it would have probably just sat there on my shelf. So, oh, I'm sorry it didn't get to go out. So yeah, let me just read it to you guys. Yes, just in time for story time. And it's a book about how a lady gets a man in a classy way. Again, it's not my priority. It's just I have to read this book and give it back to my friend because she let me borrow it, and now I feel pressured to finish it. Oh my gosh, there's a rainbow right now. You see it? Wow. Wow, let me take a picture of that. I love rainbows. Guys, look, there's a rainbow right now. Oh my gosh. How am I? I'm doing great. Wow. It's a fucking rainbow. You don't see a rainbow? Right there. It's faded in the clouds, but it's a rainbow. My dog just had a fucking come. Shut up, please. Please. Give me my space. Wow. Do you see a rainbow? Well, I'm in California, in LA area, so I don't know where you're at, if you'll see it. Wow. Everybody go outside and look at your rainbow. If you have a rainbow, if you're near LA. Damn, you're an SD. Oh, I saw something on like my feed that supposedly there was like a bunch of traffic on the 5 freeway. What? Do you know anything about that? This guy's still pretty, yeah. No, no, thank you. Okay. So, I'm on chapter 3. Meet a rules girl. If you had ever met Melanie, you wouldn't have thought she was extraordinarily pretty or smart or special, but you might have noticed that she had a way of behaving around men that put prom queens to shame. Melanie did the best with what she had. She wore makeup, she wore her clothes well, she acted elusive. Unlike other prettier girls who would ran who ran after men or made themselves available every single time a man called. Melanie acted indifferent, sometimes aloof, sometimes nice, but always happy and busy. And maybe this is why my friend dedicated me this book. Maybe she's saying this is me. That's funny, because that really does nail it. Unlike other prettier girls who ran after men and made themselves available every time a man called, Melanie acted indifferent, sometimes aloof, sometimes nice, but always happy and busy. Okay. She didn't return their calls, she didn't stare at them. That's a dead giveaway. And always ended phone conversations first. I've got a million things to do was her favorite closing line. Melanie's boyfriend eventually proposed to her, to that one girl he thought he would never get. Her. Who hasn't met Melanie? Who hasn't met a Melanie? Haven't we all known women who seem to be experts around men? Men don't appear to be Men don't appear to unnerve these women or trip them up. They have a certain self-confidence around men that has nothing to do with their looks or their jobs. Melanies simply feel good about themselves. They can take or leave men, which makes men have to have them. Call it reverse psychology or whatever you want, but Melanie always gets there, man. That is true. Anytime I've ever wanted a guy, I always get him. And it's like, rare that I want someone, but it's like the second I want someone, I'm like, oh, he's mine already. Like that's happening. But that's funny. But this book is trying to teach you how to be that kind of girl, but I feel like I kind of already am this girl. Let's see. Anybody say anything? Oh, thank you, Echo. A June bug, that was sweet. A rose. There's always traffic in the 5. Damn. Okay, I'm going back to reading now. Since it seems like everybody's listening. Honestly, I really enjoy reading to you guys because not only did I want to read for myself, but reading to you guys helps me be in the practice of like articulating my words and making sure that like I'm not losing my skill of like public speech. I have my degree in communication, and reading out loud was something I practiced pretty often in my undergrad. So, you know, like the teleprompter was at one of my classes. I had to like, you know, read as fast as possible without stuttering or anything. And I have not been in school in so long, and I haven't read out loud in so long that I feel like, fuck, like, am I even good at it anymore? So I really do feel like I have to just like practice, like, you know. Melanies simply feel good about themselves. They can take or leave men, which makes men have to have them. Call it reverse psychology or whatever you want. Melanies always get their man. When you meet a Melanie, especially a plain and simple Melanie, you want to go up to her and ask, what is it? What are you doing that makes men run after you? What's your secret? What am I doing wrong? A genuine Melanie would probably say, without too much or too much thought, oh, it's really nothing. The born-again Melanies for former rule breakers who have learned their lesson after being burned by chasing men would probably say, yes, there is a secret. Men love a challenge. Don't talk to them first. Be busy, and sometimes turn them down once in a while. Nicely. This is true. This does work. This does work. Because I've had my fair share of being both like a Melanie and like not a Melanie. Like I was that girl who like had a guy best friend that I was like obsessed with, and I feel like I would have dropped anything for him at any time. And I definitely wore my heart on my sleeve, and that can come off as like too much, you know? And that's what ends up putting them off. Like the more you like them, like the less they like you sometimes. Sometimes, you know. But in my situation, it happened to me like twice. That's one too many times. So then I learned, you know what, like be busy. Don't always make plans. Don't always be available for plans because sometimes you gotta make them miss you a little bit. Okay. Blaze says sometimes. Is this John Blaze? Or is this Blaze? Okay. You will find Melanies everywhere you go. Watch them carefully. Observe how they have made self-contentment and independence an art form. They don't look wildly around to catch men's eyes. They don't say hello at first. They just go on about their business. It would probably be good practice to the next time you are at a social event to stand back and watch the Melanies and the rule breakers. Compare how two types of women behave around men and notice the results. Notice how the Melanies intentionally don't carry a pen with them in order to give men their phone numbers. This has to be an old ass book because nobody carries a pen with them with the intention of giving away phone numbers. That's actually really funny. Damn! Look at my dad, guys. You're so strong. Nice. Oh my god. If I sit right here, can you guys hear me? Or is this too far? Should I go back up to the front? Should I go back up to the front? Or is this chill? You know what? I'm just gonna go back up to the front because I'm gonna sit with my legs like all the way open, and that's kind of like, I don't want that on camera. It's gonna be in a straddle, like stretching. This is perfect, like killing two birds with one stone, or three birds with one stone now, because I'm reading, I'm streaming, and I'm stretching. Fuck yeah. Let me. Hi, Spider John. Melanie D. Ray. Yeah, I'm in the backyard. Yo, I wanted to read outside while streaming, and I'm practicing my reading out loud skills because I used to have, I have a degree in communication, and I used to have to read a teleprompter and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm like, might as well do that. And then now I'm also stretching, so I have like my legs in a straddle right now, and I'm starting to stretch as I'm reading. So I'm actually hella productive right now. You could be Snow White, summon the animals with your voice. Honestly, so in my dreams, I can always, actually, I wouldn't say always, because sometimes I don't dream, which is rare. I usually do dream almost every day. But when I do dream, I like lucid dream, and I can like do whatever I want in my dreams. Like, I can like fly, I can like shoot powers out of my hands, I can like conjure up tornadoes and then jump in the tornado and then go somewhere else, and then I can just start fighting people. I can do a lot of stuff in my dreams. But anyways, one time, because the reason is I'm always aware in my dreams that I'm dreaming. I'm always like aware. But it's like a conscious thought that I have. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a dream, but don't tell anybody. But I know. You know. So one time in my dream, I like made that thought again, that connection that, oh, okay, I can do whatever I want in my dream. What do I want to do today? And I was like, you know what? I want to like call a bird onto my finger. I want to like make that happen. And I did. I did this, and then like a bird just like landed on my finger. And then I was like, fuck, I wish I could do that in real life. You know, that would be so cool. Like, oh. Imagine it just like something just landed. Or a butterfly. Or a hummingbird specifically. I would love a hummingbird. Anyways, thank you, Spider John. D-Ray, a bird whisperer. A bird whisperer. Anyways, back to the book. What if a snake crawled up on you? In my dreams or in real life? Because in my dreams, I can do whatever I want. So if that were to happen, I would somehow be like, shh, fucking WandaVision that shit, like telekinesis that shit, and like throw it away. I'll be like, stop. And I yeet. In real life, I don't know, I would step on his head. Or try to. Like, I'm like a act first, react later type of person, you know? Let's meet each other in dreams, test it. I mean, if I were to meet anybody in dreams, it'd probably be like people I actually know in real life. And first of all, and second of all, people that like I would want romantically, like Justin Bieber or something. But even that, I haven't been able to control. I can't control that. I can never control where I'm at or who I'm with. I can only control like what I do, given the circumstances I'm in. And it actually all started off because I had like a back-to-back-to-back-to-back nightmare every single day for days one time, and it was like there was no getting out of it. No matter what I did, like I would just end up with the same fate every single time in the dreams, in the nightmares. And then until one day, some something changed, and I was able to solve it, and then yeah, after that I was able to like lucid dream all the time. But anyways, back to the book. Back to the book. Which honestly, I feel kind of weird reading this book to you guys because I'm like, oh my gosh, like actually this book is giving away the girl game. It's giving away all our secrets to you men. Hey, Iman. Okay. Also, shout out to this probiotic soda. It's so good. This book, it's called The Rules. And I'm saying I'm exposing all my secrets because I have to read this book, or I have my friend gave me this book. But she wants to back, so I have like a certain time frame. I have to finish this book by, and it's basically a girl's like guide on how to like attract Mr. Right, you know. And so it's giving away all of our secrets, is what I'm saying. But I really did want to read on stream with you guys because first of all, I want to finish this book. I want to be able to get my hours in, and also I have my degree in communication, so I need to be able to like still have the crispiness of my voice. Like I need to be able to read as fast as possible without stuttering, and yeah. So this kind of like killing a bunch of birds with one stone. Me doing this is very productive for me. Hi, Snail. Thank you, Snail. Oh my gosh! Thank you for the bells and the diamonds. Thank you so much. Hey, Serpent6. Oh my gosh, what is this? Howdy. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to like have some light. Let there be light. Good enough. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you. How's the day coming along? I'm doing great. I'm just reading out in nature for you guys. Bitch. Get your kicks on Route 66. Okay. It would probably be good practice the next time you are at a social event to stand back and watch the Melanies and the rule breakers. Compare how these two types of women behave around men and notice the results. Notice how the Melanies are intentionally don't carry a pen with them in order to give men their phone numbers, and they don't rush to give their business cards. Notice the way they move around a room, while the rule breakers stand too long in one place, look anxious, or talk too long to one man. They make it too easy for men to ask them out, and as you will read in this book, that's a big mistake. One day, after years of watching girls like Melanie's snag men of our dreams, we asked Melanie how she got such a great catch. She took pity on us and told us about the rules. She said that we were nice, but we talked too much, and were overly eager, and that we mistakenly tried to be friends with men rather than elusive butterflies, as she put it, creatures unlike any other. Needless to say, we were offended by what seemed to us to be downright trickery and manipulation. The rules would send women back 25 years. What would the feminists say? On the other hand, Melanie had what we wanted, the husband of her dreams, who adored her. It made sense to rethink our offended psyches. Melanie assured us that plain-looking women who followed the rules stood a better chance of being happily married than gorgeous women who didn't. This book so far, I'm having opinions. As the oldest daughter in a Mexican family in a machismo household where I very much talk back a lot, I'm having opinions, but I'm gonna keep reading. Um, um, Thinking back on our dating history, it did appear that the men we really wanted didn't necessarily want us. We'd be ourselves, friendly and supportive, and they thought we were great, but it ended right there. And come to think of it, the ones we didn't particularly care for, the ones we didn't notice, maybe even snubbed, were the ones who didn't stop calling, the ones who were crazy about us. There was a message here somewhere. Treat the men we wanted like the men we didn't want. And this is where I'm telling you that we're giving away our secrets. I'm giving away our secrets by reading this to you guys. The message here was clear. Treat the men we wanted like the men we didn't want. Simple but not easy. But what did we have to lose? We wanted what Melanie had. We wanted what she did, and it worked. Interesting. Let me see if I missed any comments. Hi, ID367. Anybody else? Oh my gosh, Snail, thank you for the belts again. You're so sweet. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading now. Chapter IV. Oh my gosh, I got my nails done recently, guys. Aren't my nails so cute? They're like the perfect nails to scratch you with. Okay. Chapter IV. Chapter 5. But the first product, you. Before the rules can be applied for the best, most unbelievable results, the man of your dreams asking you to marry him, you have to be the best you can be. Certainly not the perfect or gorgeous, but the best you can be. So look your best. The better you look, the better you will feel, and the more desirable you will become to him. Many other men will start finding you more attractive and asking you out. You will no longer feel that the man you're currently dating is the only man on earth. You'll be less anxious and more confident. And when you look and feel good, you're less likely to break the rules. We are not nutritionists, but we do know that eating right proteins, fruits, and vegetables makes you feel good, and that exercise releases endorphins, which makes you feel happier and more energetic. So in addition to a healthy diet, we strongly suggest that you shake your buns, join a gym, buy an exercise video, or go jogging in a nearby park. Also a great place to meet men who are jogging or walking their dogs. Make exercise exciting by playing music while you do sit-ups. Diet and exercise and the rules have a lot in common. Both require putting long-term goals before short-term gratification. You will have to exercise a certain amount of discomfort when you can't eat a cookie. Honestly, that's where I struggle the most, is the eating. But I think I've shared with you guys how I used to have an ED. And sometimes it still comes back every now and then, because it's just hard to let bad habits die. But anyways, cookies specifically, it's like, fuck. If it's in front of me, it's gonna end up in my mouth. And of course, I had to sound horrible. Didn't mean it in a dirty way. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. You will have to experience a certain amount of discomfort when you can't eat a cookie and you can't call a man. Oh my gosh, hi Predator. But you want to be fit and you want to get married, so you do what you have to do. Make friends with a woman in the same predicament and jog together or go to dances together and reprimand each other when either of you is tempted to break the rules. You don't have to do all of this hard work alone. If you are serious about finding a husband, then you must change your definition of gratification. Gratification is a man calling you, pursuing you, and asking you to marry him. Gratification is not a hot fudge sundae or a hot date where you break the rules. Self-improvement will help you catch and keep a man, so try to change bad habits like a, a slovenliness if you expect to live with a man. Men like women who are neat and clean. They also make better mothers for their children, and the kind who don't lose their kids at the beach or something. That's funny. Now, a word about clothes. If you walk around in any old clothes on the theory that what counts is only what's on the inside, not your outside, think again. Men like women who wear fashionable, sexy clothes and bright colors. Why not please them? Ugh, this book is giving me so many opinions because it's like, oh, I don't want to dress for a man. Like, I dress for my self-expression. I mean, if men look, but it's like I don't think about them in the back of my mind in my outfits. I'm thinking, oh, does my waist look skinny? Do I look hot? But I'm not thinking of myself like, oh, like, do I think this man's gonna think I look hot? You know, because I guess I don't really have any man in particular that I care about and I care about their opinion. But maybe if I did have like a crush or something, maybe I would think differently. Maybe I would think like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about the book, but I'm reading it anyways because I have a lot of pages to go. But you know what they say? They say if someone's telling you something, you don't have to absorb everything. Like, just take bits and pieces that you feel resonate with you, and whatever doesn't resonate with you, it's kind of like, okay, like, good to know, but maybe I won't use it. Certain things. Um, if you don't know a lot about clothes, read fashion magazines like Cosmopolitan, Vogue, Glamour, Mirabella, and books on the subject. Consult a friend whose taste you admire, or enlist the help of a personal shopper at a department store. Try on clothes by yourself as a dressing room can be overwhelming and confusing, not to mention painful, but if you are out of shape. So, it's always good to get a second opinion. Why not a professional one? Personal shoppers can help you find clothes that look good on you and hide your flaws as opposed to clothes that are perhaps trendy but not flattering. Always remember when you are shopping that you are unique, a creature unlike any other, a woman. Don't aspire to the unisex look. This book. Um, Buy feminine looking clothes to wear on the weekends and as well as during the work week. Remember that you're dressing for men, not other women. That's how you know this book's old. So always strive to look more feminine. While it's good to keep up with the times, don't be a fashion slave. Don't spend a month's salary on bell bottoms and clogs just because they happen to be in vogue this year. First of all, they may not be around next season, and more importantly, you may not look as good as them. My gosh. Guys, I'm just reading a book. I'm not actually like. Anyways. Ugh, I think it's starting to rain. Oh my god, I have to stretch my legs really quick. can't believe it's starting to rain. That's so annoying. Sorry guys, I was migrating from the outside to the inside. But should I keep reading a little bit longer, or are we over the book? Because we could be done. We could do something else now. Or we could read something new. I have a different book. This is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Maybe I'll read a little bit of this to you guys too now. Now you guys have a little bit of insight as to what I'm reading as a woman to learn about how to be more feminine. But and then I have this new book about basically anxiety, about how to like be less anxious. I just realized my purples are like, they don't really go, huh? And I don't know why this is sticking out so much. I wish that was like tighter. It would make me look skinnier. Like that's ugly. Like who designed this? It's hideous. Anyways. Hold on, I need a chair. Okay. If my life was a book, what would be the title? Being the most genuine human possible. Because the way I think about that, it goes into layers. Because my first thought that came to mind as a title would be like, she did it just because she could. But then I was like, I mean, yeah, like everything I do, I just do because I can. Like I feel like I'm very much like a person that tries everything. I can do anything if I want to just because I can. But then I feel like that's also just being a human without like limits. But added to that, I'm like, I think I really like, I try to be as genuine as possible, and I try to be as like kind as I possibly can while still having boundaries. And there are my moments where I am a sassy bitch, but it's like, whoop, I'm just a genuine human. So no, I'm saying if someone asked me if I had a title of a book for my name or for my life, what would the title be? And then I was thinking like, genuine human. I don't know. Just being the most genuine human possible. I don't know. That's corny. Maybe the first one then. Do it just because you can. No, I wouldn't say strong. I don't define myself as strong. I define myself as creative, um, honest, even if it's brutally honest sometimes. But that's just part of being genuine. Yeah, I think that's the hard part about being so authentically yourself, is that also sometimes it's like you have to learn how to actively like be soft in the way you say things, because sometimes things can come off too blunt. Oh, thank you, Blaze. That's true. But when I think of strong, I think of like Serena Williams, of Jaira Gonzalez from Team USA Boxing, um, Gabby Douglas. I think of like strength. Like those are strong women. You know, I'm not strong. I don't want to, lie. I don't think of myself that way. Okay, so this is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. I'm reading to you guys to help keep my articulation of my vocabulary like up to date always, and so I can always be speaking without stuttering. I used to have a stutter when I was a kid, and honestly, reading out loud is what helps. I had it up until 5th grade. 5th grade when I stopped, because I started actively reading out loud everything. Yeah, I've already read a few chapters. Okay, this is chapter 10. Learn to live in the present moment. To a large degree, the measure of our peace of mind is determined by how much we are able to live in the present moment. Irrespective of what happened yesterday or last year, and what may or may not happen tomorrow, the present moment is where you are always. Without question, many of us have mastered the neurotic art of spending too much of our lives worrying about a variety of things all at once. We allow past problems and future concerns to dominate our present moments, so much that we end up anxious, frustrated, depressed, and hopeless. On the flip side, we also postpone our gratification, our stated priorities, and our happiness, often convincing ourselves that someday will be better than today. Unfortunately, the same mental dynamics that tell us to look toward the future will only repeat themselves, so that someday never actually arrives. John Lennon once said, "Life is what's happening while we're busy making other plans." When we're busy making other plans, our children are busy growing up. The people we love are moving away and dying, our bodies are getting out of shape, and our dreams are slipping away. In short, we miss out on life. Many people live as if life were a dress rehearsal for a later date. It isn't. In fact, no one has a guarantee that he or she will even be here tomorrow. Now is the only time we have, and the only time we have any control over. When our attention is in the present moment, we push fear from our minds. Fear is the concern over our events that might happen in the future. We won't have enough money, our children will get into trouble, and we will get old and die, whatever. To combat fear, the best strategy is to learn to bring your attention back to the present. Mark Twain said, "I have been through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened." I don't think I can say it any better. Practice keeping your attention in here and now. Your efforts will pay great dividends. That was a whole chapter. 1 page front and back. That's why I love this book. This book is actually a pretty to the point advice. Are you guys actually following along? Because I actually am enjoying reading to you guys. Hi, AB. My cam is mirrored. It always is. That's how cameras are. Oh, thank you. You know what? Let me get some, like, lip gloss or something. I want to, like, not look as plain. I feel like I look plain. No, my crystal! Okay. Which one of you guys give me the evil eye? Just kidding. I don't entirely believe in all that stuff. I am a child of God. But my friend gave me this necklace, and I really do love it. Thank you. I said I wanted lip gloss. Hold on, guys. We're taking a little momentary break. You see why I read out loud? Because I just fucking stuttered like twice. Like... What time is it? It's 5:25. Okay. Maybe I'm only gonna be on here for 30 more minutes. Maybe. While I charge my phone. Ignore my clothing rack and my unmade bed. Actually, maybe I'll make my bed right now because I'm embarrassed. Okay. Thank you. I got my eye on. I am Christian. No, I don't know that. I'm from California. Oh, I wasn't holding up a page to you guys. I was simply reading out loud. Oh my gosh, thank you. Just putting on a little bit of makeup for you guys. Trying to look cuter for you guys. There's just something about adding a little bit of the rosy cheeks that just completes the face. Oh wait, also I want a lip gloss. Okay. This is my purse. Even my purse matches me, guys. Thank you. I mean, I know I don't need it. It just enhances my beauty. Like, it adds a little something extra. But thank you. Very, like, slight pop of color. Not in, like, too much. And And then a little shine so it can look juicy. There we go. I don't really like your energy, so I'm not even gonna respond. I'm just gonna keep reading my book. Okay. The next chapter is imagine that everyone is enlightened except for you. Well, yeah, because you're coming at me very aggressively, and I'm trying to be, like, in a very, like, feminine energy, and it's kind of like, I don't really like that. Anyways, this strategy gives you a chance to practice something that is probably completely unacceptable to you. However, if you give it a try, you might find that it's one of the most helpful exercises for self-improvement. As its title suggests, the idea is to imagine that everyone you know and everyone you meet is perfectly enlightened. That everyone... That's so funny after I just fucking said the opposite right now. This is my instant karma. What is it? I enjoy your story on here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, we're learning together. We're learning together. The people that you meet are all here to teach you something. Perhaps the obnoxious driver or disrespectful teenager is here to teach you about patience. The punk rocker might be here to teach you to be less judgmental. Your job is to try to determine what the people in your life are trying to teach you. You'll find that if you do this, you'll be far less annoyed, bothered, and frustrated by the actions and imperfections of other people. You can actually get yourself in the habit of approaching life in this manner, and if you do, you'll be glad that you did. Often, once you discover what someone is trying to teach you, it's easy to let go of your frustration. For example, suppose you're in the post office and the postal clerk appears to be intentionally moving slowly. Rather than feeling frustrated and ask yourself the question, what is he trying to teach me right now? Maybe you need to learn about compassion, how hard it would be to have a job that you don't like. Or perhaps you could learn a little bit more about being patient. Standing in line is an excellent opportunity to break your habit of feeling impatient. You may be surprised at how fun and easy this is. How fun and easy this is. All you're really doing is changing your perception from why are they doing this to what are they trying to teach me. Take a look around today at all of your enlightened people. I mean, I guess that's true. Like, sometimes when I'm driving in traffic and then somebody just, like, cuts me off, like, in the past, when I was a little bit of a newer driver, I started driving at 15. When I was a newer driver, I remember I'd be like, what a fucking asshole. And, like, maybe I would fucking, like, just get angry. And it would just kind of ruin a little bit of my energy for a moment in time. And then, somewhere along the lines, I started trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. So when somebody cuts me off in traffic, I'll think, like, oh, maybe they have to pee really badly and they have to cut me off because they're in a rush. And, like, you know what? Like, whatever, fuck this guy, but, like, maybe he didn't do this to be an asshole, you know? Maybe there's another explanation for this. Am I reading the Bible? No, I'm reading a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff. And it's supposed to teach you just basically about having more patience, being less anxious. Chapter 12. Thank you, I got my eye on. Chapter 12. One is called Let Others Be Right Most of the Time. I'll make you laugh, that's funny. One of the most important questions you can ever ask yourself is, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Many times the two are mutually exclusive. Being right, defending our positions takes an enormous amount of mental energy and often alienates us from the people that in our lives. Needing to be right or needing someone, I need like a fucking like a bookmark or something to read along better because I'm like jumping lines. Oh, here's my belt. I've been looking for this. It was in the drawer. What the hell? That was my mother. Oh my gosh. And these earrings too. I'm just gonna leave them there for now, and now I know they're there. Okay. I'm just gonna... So I don't want to deal with it right now. You know, I'm just gonna use this to follow along. Okay. That's what I needed, because too many Benjamin hits, and suddenly I'm like, where the fuck am I at? You know? Wait, but actually, let me see my phone really quick. Just really quick. What is this? The fuck? You're like, what is she doing? Take it, baby, baby, take it, help me, love me. Come and rule, blah, can you get it up? Come and rule, blah, you should take it up. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. My phone. I was gonna grab my phone. Come and rule, blah, can you get it up? I don't know. Sometimes I just have wiggles I have to get out. Now you're paying attention. Now let's get back to the book. Are you guys still here? Did that wake you up? You are speed. Good chow. Damn. I really just made a mess. Hold on. Actually. I know. You guys like, what is she doing? And I'm like, I'm just hyper as fuck right now. It's the Benjamin's fault. Back to the book. Back to the book. Also, guys, can I have some more beans? I'm only at 30 beans. Does nobody like me? Damn. Okay, back to the book. Needing to be right or needing someone else to be wrong encourages others to become defensive and puts pressure on us to keep defending. Yet many of us, me too at times, spend a great deal of time and energy attempting to prove our point, that we are right and or others are wrong. Many people consciously and unconsciously believe that it's somehow their job to show others how their positions, statements, and points of view are incorrect. And in doing so, the person they're correcting is going to somehow appreciate it or at least learn something. Wrong. And she literally says, wrong. Did Melanie brought her own pen with her yet? I switched to a different book now, Blaze. Now we're on to a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. And I'm reading chapter 12, and this chapter is about letting others be right sometimes, most of the time. So I said, many people consciously or unconsciously believe that it's somehow their job to show others how their positions, statements, and points of view are incorrect, and that in doing so, that the person that they are correcting is going to somehow appreciate it or at least learn something. That's wrong. Think about it. Have you ever been corrected by someone and said to the person who was trying to be right, "Thank you so much for showing that I'm wrong and you're right. Now I see it. Boy, you're great." Or has anyone you know ever thanked you or even agreed with you when you corrected them or made yourself right at their expense? Of course not. The truth is, all of us hate to be corrected. We all want our positions to be respected and understood by others. Being listened to and heard is one of the greatest desires of the human heart. And those who learn to listen are the most loved and respected. Those who are in the habit of correcting others are not, and are often resented and avoided. That's tea. It's not that it's never appropriate to be right. Sometimes you genuinely need to be or want to be. Perhaps there are certain philosophical positions that you don't want to budge on, such as when you hear a racist comment. What? Sometimes there's philosophical positions that you don't want to budge on, such as when you hear a racist comment. Bitch, I disagree, because someone makes a racist comment, I feel like there's always a time to correct them. Like, they're gonna be loud, so I tell them to shut the fuck up. Anyways, continuing. Here it's important to speak your mind. Oh, she literally just said that. Is being right worth the fight? That's what this chapter is about. That there's a time and a place to be right. And then she just said right now, here it is important to speak your mind. And that's literally what I had just said. I was like, Usually, however, it's just your ego creeping in and ruining an otherwise peaceful encounter. A habit of wanting or needing to be right. A wonderful, heartfelt strategy for becoming more peaceful and loving is to practice showing others the joy of being right. Give them the glory. Stop correcting. As hard as it may be to change this habit, it's worth any effort and practice it takes. When someone says, "I really feel it's important to blah, 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 blah," rather than jumping in and saying, "No, it's more important to blah, 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 blah," or any of the other hundreds of forms of the conversational editing. Simply let it go and allow their statement to stand. The people in your life will become less defensive and more loving. They will appreciate you more than you could ever have dreamed possible, even if they don't know exactly why. You'll discover the joy of participating in and witnessing other people's happiness, which is far more rewarding than a battle of egos. You don't have to sacrifice your deepest philosophical truths or your most heartfelt opinions, but starting today, let others be right most of the time. Ew, Mr. EBT. I don't know what you talking about, but I have nothing to prove to you. Anyways, chapter 13, become more patient. The quality of the patience goes a long way toward your goal of creating a more peaceful and loving self. The more patient you are, the more accepting you will be of what is, rather than insisting that life be exactly as you would like it to be. Without patience, life is extremely frustrating. You are easily annoyed, bothered, and irritated. Patience adds a dimension of ease and acceptance to your life. It's essential for inner peace. Well, what was your question, Blaze? Do I agree with what? Never mind, proceed. Okay. Becoming more patient involves opening your heart to the present moment, even if you don't like it. If you are stuck in a traffic jam, late for an appointment, opening the moment would mean catching yourself building a mental snowball before your thinking got out of hand and gently reminding yourself to relax. And it might also be a good time to breathe, as well as an opportunity to remind yourself that in the bigger scheme of things, being late is small stuff. Patience also involves seeing the innocence in others. My wife Chris and I have two young children, ages 4 and 7. On many occasions, while writing this book, our 4-year-old daughter has walked into my office and interrupted my work, which can be disruptive to a writer. What I have learned to do most of the time is to see the innocence in her behavior rather than focus on the potential implications of her interruption. I won't get my work done if I lose my train of thought. This was my only opportunity to write today, and so on and so forth. I remind myself why she is coming in to see me, because she loves me, not because she is conspiring to ruin my work. When I remember to see the innocence, I immediately bring forth a feeling of patience and my attention is brought back to the moment. Any irritation that may have been building is eliminated, and I'm reminded once again how fortunate I am to have such beautiful children. I have found that if you look deeply enough, you can almost always see the innocence in other people as well as in potentially frustrating situations. When you do, you will become a more patient and peaceful person, and in some strange way, you begin to enjoy many of the moments that used to frustrate you. That was just that one chapter. So this entire book is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Oh, thank you, Mark. And so that patience is a virtue. I agree. What is this? Oh, I thought I had food on my shirt. Okay, next chapter. Chapter 14. Create patience periods.
Oh, you're streaming?
Yeah.
Did you see the moon? It looks like the Cheshire cat today. So beautiful.
I saw a rainbow earlier, though.
Oh, me too.
It's cute. Okay, I'm reading.
The Cheshire cat's cuter.
It's gonna be there all night.
Okay.
The waiting list, I don't know. I mean, That's not my priority in life right now. I'm just trying to read a book. Am I reading the Bible? No, I'm reading a book about anxiety. Okay. Patience is a quality of the heart that can be greatly enhanced with deliberate practice. An effective way that I have found to deepen my own patience is to create actual practice periods. Periods of time that I set up in my mind to practice the art of patience. Life itself becomes a classroom, and the curriculum is patience. You can start with a little 5 minutes to build up your capacity for patience over time. I feel like I don't really need to create capacity for patience because I feel like I'm usually patient. But I'll keep reading. Start by saying to yourself, okay, for the next 5 minutes, I will not allow myself to be bothered by anything. I will be patient. What you'll discover is truly amazing. Your intention is to be patient, especially if you know it's only for a short while. Immediately strengthens your capacity for patience. Patience is one of those special qualities where success feeds on itself. Once you reach little milestones, 5 minutes of successful patience, you'll begin to see what you do indeed have the capacity to be patient, even for longer periods of time. Over time, you may even become a patient person. Since I have young children at home, I have many possibilities to practice the art of patience. For example, on a day when both girls are firing questions at me as I'm trying to make important phone calls, I'll say to myself, now this is a great time to be patient. For the next half hour, I'm going to be as patient as possible. See, I've worked hard. I'm up to 30 minutes. All kidding aside, it really works, and it has worked in our family. As I keep my cool and I don't allow myself to be annoyed and upset, I can calmly yet firmly direct my children's behavior far more effectively than when I get crazy. The simple act of gearing my mind towards patience allows me to remain in the present moment, and far more than I would if I were upset, thinking about all the times this has happened before, feeling like a martyr. What's more, my patient feelings are often contagious. They rub off on my kids, who then decide on their own that it's no fun to bother dad. Being patient allows me to keep my perspective. I can remember, even in the midst of a difficult situation, that's what before me, my present challenge isn't life or death, but simply a minor obstacle that must be dealt with. Without patience, the same scenario can become a major emergency, complete with yelling, frustration, hurt feelings, and high blood pressure. It's really not worth all that, whether you're needing to deal with children, your boss, or a difficult person or a situation. If you don't want to sweat the small stuff, improving your patience level is a great way to start. Oh my gosh, thank you, Juicy Jessie. Let's see if I missed anything on here. Where's my bookmark to not skip lines? I was needing it for a moment, and then I felt like I didn't need it anymore, so I just kind of like moved it away, but it's right here. But are you guys actually like listening? Like, is this actually helpful? Because I'm on chapter 15 now. Every chapter is like 1 page long. It's just a little advice and then move on, and then advice and then move on, and then it's actually, I really like it. In a way, it's kind of like when you're reading an essay, and it's like a longer essay that has like every single paragraph, it's its own like point it's being made. This is like that same format because it's like 1 page only. Kind of like a long eloquent essay. Okay. Chapter 15. This one's called Be the First One to Act Lovingly or Reach Out. Eloquent D-Ray. I love that. That's funny. So many of us hold on to little resentments that may have stemmed from an argument, a misunderstanding, the way we were raised, or some other painful event. Stubbornly, we wait for someone else to reach out to us, believing that this is the only way we can forgive or rekindle a friendship or family relationship. An acquaintance of mine whose health isn't very good recently told me that she hasn't spoken to her son in almost 3 years. Why not? I asked. She said that she and her son had had a disagreement about his wife and that she wouldn't speak to him unless he called her first. When I suggested that she be the one to reach out, she resisted initially and then said, I can't do that. He's the one who should be apologizing. She was literally willing to die before ever reaching out to her only son. After a little gentle encouragement, however, she did then decide to be the first one to reach out. To her amazement, her son was grateful for her willingness to call and offered an apology of his own. As is usually the case when someone takes a chance to reach out, everybody wins. Whenever we hold on to our anger, we turn to small stuff into bigger stuff in our minds. We start to believe that our positions are far more important than our happiness. They are not. If you want to be a more peaceful person, you must understand that being right is almost never more important than allowing yourself to be happy. The way to be happy is to let go and to reach out. Let other people be right. That doesn't mean that you're wrong. Everything will be fine. You'll experience the peace of letting go as well as the joy of letting others be right. You will also notice that as you reach out and let others be right, they will become less defensive and more loving towards you. They might even reach it back. But if for some reason they don't, that's okay too. You'll have to have the inner satisfaction of knowing that you have done your part to create a more loving world, and certainly you'll be more peaceful on your own. No, I'm a Virgo. Why did my light just change? Do I like that one the best? I think I like this one the best. More soft. There you go. Thank you, Predator. Predator! Isn't that letting ignorance thrive? No, it's saying like just be the bigger person. If there's like a situation where you feel like apology is needed before you move on, the point that was being made was like, as long as you know you did your part to be a loving person, then like you can't really control how they react. You can only control what you do, you know? And that's what that's what that chapter is about. Just having a clear conscience is what I'm getting from it. I need to get like some music on or something. I feel like just my reading. Love is life and life is living. Very special.
Dad left candy on the floor and has chocolates, and Shadow eats them.
I'm telling you, Shadow would not survive the survival of the fittest.
He's done.
He's done.
He smells like Reese's Pieces too. I know he eats them.
Did you guys hear? Wait. I want to be able to belly dance. That would be cool. Just be like... Play it back, play it straight, don't look back, don't hesitate when you go big time. What you want, what you feel, never quit and make it real. Thank you. I kind of like this one too, though, this lighting. Do we like the more yellow lighting, or do we like this one, or this one? No, this one's too bluish, or too white. I mean, I like the gold, or I like this one. I think I'll just keep it here. Thank you. Ooh, a jazz cafe vibes.
I'm going to Output's new plugin co-producer, play your beat. It's going to analyze it.
Ugh, I exited out by accident. Wait, I think actually it might be that time to get off. I just remembered. The thing is I really don't feel like going to the gym. That was the reason why I wanted to get off already, was I wanted to go to the gym. Ugh. This book is called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And then in smaller text it says, and it's all small stuff. And it's by Richard Carlson with a PhD, it says. Simple ways to keep the little things from taking over your life. In the back of it, I'll do the mirroring thing, like you said. In the back of it, it says, I'm trying to like show you guys while I read it, and it's kind of hard to do that for some reason. It says, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and It's All Small Stuff is a book that shows you how to keep from letting the little things in life drive you crazy. Where did I leave off? In thoughtful and insightful language, author Richard Carlson reveals ways to calm down the midst of your incredibly hurried, stress-filled life. You can learn to put things in perspective by making the small daily changes he suggests, including advice such as think of your problems as potential teachers. Remember that when you die, your inbox won't be empty, and do one thing at a time. You should also try to live in the present moment, let others have the glory at times, and lower your tolerance to stress. You can write down your most stubborn positions and see if you can soften, learn to trust your intuitions, and live each day as if it might be your last with gentle, supportive suggestions. Dr. Carlson reveals ways to make your actions more peaceful and caring, with the added benefit of making your life more calm and stress-free. What do I do in the gym? I try to do at least 30 minutes of cardio, So usually I do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, but sometimes I break it up into 10-minute segments. Sometimes I'll be like on the stairs for 10 minutes, and then like I'll run uphill on the treadmill for 10 minutes, and then I'll try to